believe that people don't want wars. Sometimes some governments do, for control, money, power, economic gain, and what a price the people pay. The lives of our loved ones. The world's too small now. If we have a room full of gasoline, and you stand on one end and I stand on the other, doesn't matter who drops the match, we're going to all get burned. So we need peace, not war. And we can do it. We can bring it about. We can help the environment. We can help the world. We can help make a better place for the next generation. And in the meantime, for ourselves. If we will just take a few steps here. Because I believe that all wars start with the little wars inside each one of us. So at night, if you feel like you're so frustrated or hate everybody, hey, you can get up in the morning and start again. You can say, I can be kind. I can be loving. I can evolve. And we can have peace. I promise you, if we work together. Let's do it, guys. Let's do it for the next generation. And let's do it for ourselves. Peace, fulfilling our destiny with joy and love in light. Thanks for letting me talk to you today. Bye.
We are so stupid. We regard peace as a wuss word. We go running from it. We yawn when we hear it. Yeah, peace, peace, peace. Screw it. It's not exciting. It doesn't make the testosterone rise. It doesn't make us charge up San Juan Hill. It's a wuss word. It's very unmanly. And yet it is the hardest thing to achieve in this world, one of the hardest. It is one of the biggest life-giving things we could achieve in this world. We are filled with veterans who suffer from the lack of peace that we've sent them into, the wars we've engaged in, the police actions, the engagements. Peace is something that should be fought for without weaponry, as intensely, more intensely, than fighting a war. Peace is the most precious possession we can achieve. The opposite of peace is the wasting of life, bloodshed, and arriving at no solution whatsoever. The lack of peace simply means chaos, simply means stupidity, ignorance, and bestiality. To be a warrior for peace may not be glorious, but God, it's so hard to achieve. It's so hard to maintain. It's so hard to swallow the gall. But the living who remain when peace has been achieved will be eternally grateful to those warriors for peace. Accept no others. There is no way to achieve peace if we have to fight for it. The fighting creates a negation of peace. It pisses on the peace. Let's think very strongly in terms of worshiping the idea of peace and the blessings it provides.
I think John Lennon said it best. Let's give peace a chance. Think about it. The future's in our hands.
Hello, everyone. This is Larry Namer. Most of you probably know me as the founder of Entertainment TV networks and, yeah, the Kardashians and all that. But it's an honor for me to join you today as we celebrate International Peace Day. A moment not just to reflect, but to actively engage in building a world where peace is not an aspiration, but a shared reality. Peace begins with understanding. It begins with willingness to listen, to stand in someone else's shoes, and to recognize that despite our differences in culture, background, or belief, our hopes for a safer, more compassionate world are the same. Peace is not passive. It's a choice that we must make daily in the way we treat our neighbors and how we resolve conflicts and the policies we shape and the platforms we create for future generations. Each of us has the power to influence our circles, our communities, and even the global conversation. In an age where technology connects us more than ever, we have the responsibility and the opportunity to use that for connection of good, to amplify voices of reconciliation, to share stories of hope, and to remind one another of our shared humanity. So on this International Peace Day, I'd like to challenge each of us to take one intentional step forward towards peace. It could be as small as a sincere conversation or as large as a collaborative initiative, but every action counts. So join me today in celebrating International Peace Day.
You know, I think what my piece is I have made a personal commitment to not be scared and to take risks. And I'm doing that with my job, just getting up in the morning and being with people, but also being willing to talk to people where it's hard, you know, where there's hard things to discuss. And the piece that I really am grateful that I have because of all the mentoring that I've found, because I just went out and looked for it. You know, I was like, I want to know, okay, how do you talk to people? How do you make things happen? How do you facilitate groups? My piece is then giving that to others, since I've learned it from many other people. So, you know, I think what my piece is, if I was going to like define it in one sentence, is I've taken myself, who was a very isolated, very fearful, very scared person, and I flipped it around, and I'm not scared of the world anymore. And I really want to share that with others. So that's really my piece. I'm Lorraine Kerwood. What's your piece?
Hello, I'm Margaret O'Brien, and I just want to give a few little thoughts to all of you of what peace means to me. You know, I love life, and I think this is such a beautiful, beautiful world that we live in, and it'll be even more beautiful if we could just all get along with one another, because we're really all one people in this world, and it'll be even more wonderful to live in and more beneficial to all of us if we can just all be peaceful, get along, and have peace.
Hello, I'm Marilyn King. And as an Olympian, I take our ancient role as messengers very seriously, which is why I'm carrying the Olympic torch today, because I want to pass it on to you. And my message basically has two parts. One is that we can make it. We can do this. We can create and live in a world that works for all. And I know this because first and foremost, I had the privilege of living in the Olympic Village with people of every race and religion and political persuasion, and we lived in peace. And primarily because as we looked around in one another's eyes, first and foremost, we had respect for one another. And the second thing we had was curiosity. The second part of my message is that we can accelerate our shift to permanent peace by applying the same powerful thinking skills that Olympic athletes use to achieve their goal. As an Olympian, I experience the importance of daily physical practice for my body. But equally, if not more important, were my daily mental practices. What if we were to apply the most important daily mental practices that Olympians use to achieve permanent peace? Of all the daily mental practices I use, I believe the most important is what happened upon awakening. All of us, when we wake up first thing in the morning, we remind ourselves, who am I, what day is it, what lies ahead in this day. Olympic athletes, when they wake up, they envision their goal and they remember, I'm going for 8 gold medals, or for 1 gold medal, or just to make the finals at the next Olympic Games. Olympic athletes awaken every day and they remember, oh yeah, I'm going for 8 gold medals, or for the best mark in the world this year, or just to make the finals. After envisioning their goal, they move into their day to make it happen. So today, I invite you to engage what I call begin your day the Olympian way. Imagine that you are on the peace team, that you too are training for 2012. I invite you to set your clock 5 minutes early every day, and not just envision your goal, but envision our goal. Envision the dream of everyone around the world to live in a world that works for all. By beginning your day the Olympian way and envisioning your goal, you will be employing your best thinking and our highest capabilities as human beings. You may have heard the quote, "He who dies with the most toys wins." I say he who dies with the most toys is playing the wrong game. So I invite you to join the peace team, where peace is the only goal, and where peace is the only game in town. Pass it on.
Namaste. My name is Santosh Vichari, speaking to you from Nepal, the land of the Himalaya, and I'm a founder of Peace for People. First of all, I wanted to express my deep gratitude to the Unite4Peace global broadcast for inviting me to share this message. It is an honor to have a voice of Nepal represent on this important day. Nepal is known for this mountain, it's a natural beauty, but also for struggle, and it from all this struggle we carry one powerful truth. Peace is possible. Peace is just the silence of the conflict. It's the presence of the hope, of justice, of education, and of the dignity for every child and family. To all the young people around the world who are listening today, this is your moment. You are not only the leader of tomorrow, you are the leader of today as well. Your skill, your creativity, your talent, and seed of the global peace. This is time to take action, not later, now. Every small action counts. Sharing knowledge, supporting friends, choosing kindness instead of the anger, these are the building block of the peace. Together, they create a wave of compassion that crosses all the border. On this International Day of Peace, my message is simple. Let us unite it, not only in our dream, but in our daily action. Let us stand together as one humanity, one family, working for the future without fear and without violence. Thank you. Namaste.
Good day, everyone. My name is Oyekon Blessing Adekemi, Miss World Peace 2025 for the World Institute for Peace in Nigeria. What is peace? To me, peace is a state of harmony, the presence of justice, equity, and well-being in the absence of hostility and violence. As an ambassador for peace, through our heart, through the way we relate with other people of different tribes or different races, let's preach peace. Let's preach peace. Let's relate in love and harmony with other of different tribes. Doing this, we can make the world a better place for every one of us to live. Thank you. Bye.
Hi Jeremy. The peace, in my perspective, is a feeling when our mind and heart feels satisfied. Okay? For example, if my neighbor or someone I know or maybe someone that totally outside is in pain and I take some action to make his feel comfortable, okay, then I feel a good feeling. That good feeling make me and my mind and my heart fully satisfied. That's a peace for me. If someone is hungry, I provide him food. For example, if my wife asks for something, my parents ask for something, and I can provide them, that make me feel good. Okay, that is a peace for me. My mind is totally satisfied, my heart is satisfied. That's a peace for me.
It's easy to be peaceful when people agree with you. It's really hard to be peaceful when people disagree. And when we practice peace, it's really important not to create the violence internally or in language or in behavior that we're trying to cure in the world. The first place change occurs is with ourselves. And when we achieve peace, then we'll be effective when we go out and work for peace in the world. And we won't be unconsciously unwinding what we're weaving by night. I'm Peter Coyote. Thank you.
Hello, everyone, and happy International Day of Peace. I am Rivera Sun. I'm the Campaign Nonviolence Program Coordinator, and we are mobilizing 5,529 actions and events to build a culture of peace and active nonviolence, free from war, poverty, racism, and environmental destruction between September 21st, the International Day of Peace, and October 2nd, the International Day of Nonviolence. As we commemorate the International Day of Peace, we know that all of our problems are connected and all of our solutions are too. And that if we want a world of peace, we need to advance and champion the real, viable, and effective nonviolent solutions, from violence prevention teams to unarmed peacekeeping, to peace building strategies, to the social justice campaigns for human rights and living wages and a living planet. All of these things are connected together. And so we stand in solidarity with people around the world who are pushing for ceasefires, who are reducing military budgets, who are showing that there is a real viable alternative to a world of war and violence. And that a culture of nonviolence is not only possible, it's something billions of us around the world are already working for. So may your International Day of Peace be a day of reaffirming this and celebrating the good work while pushing for it to be expanded so that all human beings can live in peace. Thank you.
Hi. So my name is David Toluwalashe, a member of World Institute for Peace. So I'm using this medium to say Happy International Day of Peace to everyone. And in this regard, I'm also imploring us to be a peaceful and law-abiding citizen, to stay away from violence, stay away from anything that can disrupt the peace of our immediate environment, of our nation, or wherever we find ourselves around the world. Happy International Day of Peace once again. Peace out.
My unable regards to everyone across the world. I am Lamina Kamiluddin Omotoyosi, the Executive Director of the World Institute for Peace. I am from Nigeria. What peace means to me? Peace is a state of calm and harmony, free from conflict and fear. Peace fosters understanding, kindness, and unity among people. Peace allows growth, healing, and happiness, creating a safe environment where individuals and communities thrive. It is essential for well-being, balance, and a hopeful future for all. Peace is harmonious well-being and freedom from hostile aggression. Peace is when people are able to resolve their conflict and can come together to improve the quality of their lives. This, what I have said, is what peace means to me. I want to urge everyone across the world that anywhere we find ourselves, we should trend peace. Anywhere we find ourselves, we should trend peace. Trending peace is a responsibility of you, myself, and others. Happy International Day of Peace 2025. I wish you more World Peace Day to celebrate on this planet Earth. Bye. Good day to you, everyone. I am Lamina Kamiluddin Omotoyosi, the Executive Director of the World Institute for Peace. I am from Nigeria. What peace means to me? Peace means a quiet center inside me, where worries settle and breath flows easy. Peace is the steady hum of acceptance, not resignation, but clarity about what I can change. Peace feels like safe light, warming my decisions and softening my edges. Peace brings gentle patience with myself and others, room to notice beauty and repair mistakes. In peace, I listen more, rush less, and find courage to act kindly. It is the freedom to be whole and to go always. Peace is harmonious well-being and freedom from hostile aggression. Peace is when people are able to resolve their conflict and can come together to improve the quality of their lives. Happy International Day of Peace 2025. Let us trend peace. Bye.
We are saying Santi. Santi means peace. And Santi is, it cannot come with the politics, with the money, with give something which is, he don't need it. He need food, he need a roof, he need cloth. That's it, the Shanti. If we give the peace somebody, we have to first go where he is living, what he is eating, did he have or not. So we have to feed them. Then we can see the Shanti, the peace everywhere. And that's our real peace. I think this is the best way to give, then you can take. First you have to try to give. Smile on the face. My name is Vikas Maharaj. I come from India, from Varanasi, oldest musician family. My peace is my music. And what's your peace? What's your peace? What's your peace?
Hello everyone, good evening. My name is Judith Atim and I'm glad to be a part of this conversation on the International Day of Peace. I work for a civil society organization here in Uganda. It's known as the Center for Constitutional Governance, and at CCG we do a lot of work around promoting good governance, protecting human rights, defending the Constitution and promoting constitutionalism. And so the question of peace is central to the work that we do at the center. So just very quickly, what does peace mean to me or to us? Well, I believe that peace is the foundation of everything that we do. And I think peace means the ability for every citizen or every individual on planet Earth to exercise their rights freely, whether these are political rights, social, civil rights, economic rights, social rights, cultural, religious, it doesn't matter. But they must be able to exercise these rights. They must also be able to realize their full potential in the exercise of these rights, and also to create impact by touching the lives of those in their communities or in those where they are. So ultimately for me, this is what peace means. Thank you.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever you're joining the global call from on this International Day of Peace, and Happy Peace Day, everyone. Welcome. My name is Jackie Dewey from Uganda, and I'm excited to be here. I will be bringing stories for you from East Africa, from Uganda, of course, where I'm coming in Kampala right now. We'll be sharing stories of our culture, our music, but most importantly, you're going to be talking to Ugandans from all walks of life. You'll be meeting refugees. You'll be talking to children, teachers, and the different change makers they are in our community. And we're asking just one very simple question today. What does peace mean to you? And of course, what are your activities doing, or what is your work doing to provide opportunities around your community? And of course, in that way, to bring the peace. And yes, we do invite you to use the hashtag #MakePeaceTrend, hashtag Unite4Peace, and of course, visit connect4peace.com if you are from here, from East Africa, and you already joined the call. And you already joined the call. Yes, we're very excited to know that we are already represented. Please go ahead and use those hashtags that I have shared with you. Yeah, this is not just a broadcast, guys. This is a global experiment. We're all coming to each other, connecting our communities from wherever we are across the globe. This is really awesome. Special thank you to Hapcast International, which is powering this broadcast, which is Unite4Peace broadcast. So I think I'll just take you straight away to our very first guest from right here in Uganda. And you're going to love his work. You're going to love what he is doing in the peace building space, in the space of peace builders, change makers. So I'm excited in a bit to bring this gentleman to you, who is actually, you would love to know that he is actually joining me live here in the studio. And not just him, do look out for more interviews. We'll have more people that will be interviewing and bringing you live interviews from Uganda straight to you. So my first guest, he is the partnerships coordinator for Masterpiece Uganda, very passionate about working with youth for empowerment and to handle the biggest problem our country has, which is the unemployment situation, which is one of those causes he's pushing for and working hard and doing different campaigns with Masterpiece Uganda to bring to light, like the Job Launchpad. Now, I will not say so much for him because he is present. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the studio, Enoch Nsubuga from Uganda. Hi, Enoch.
Thank you, Jackie. Hi, everyone. My name is Enoch Nsubuga, and the Partners Coordinator at Masterpiece Uganda. At Masterpiece Uganda, we are a youth-focused organization that is committed to helping young people find gainful employment through specialized knowledge and training, plus innovation. You asked what peace means to me. Well, here in Uganda, you'll find that most people think peace is the absence of war.
Yeah.
But here at Masterpiece Uganda, we think that peace goes beyond the absence of war or conflict to include the presence of opportunities and peace. And how we are achieving that here at Masterpiece Uganda is through our flagship program, that we are launching soon, that is called Job Launchpad Uganda. This program is designed to not only equip young people with skills, but also connect them to real opportunities in terms of real jobs, internships, and mentorship. Yeah, so right there is what we are doing to promote peace here in Uganda. Thank you.
Thank you, Enoch. If you're just joining the call and you missed it, Masterpiece Uganda is coordinating Uganda's participation, our participation as a country, in partnership with Hubcast Media International, for us to be on this big event, on this global stage, on this particular event that is Unite4Peace. First of all, before you did tell us what peace means to you, but how does this whole thing make you feel?
Well, this is, first of all, a very exciting opportunity for us to tell our peace story here in Uganda. But most importantly, for us here at Masterpiece Uganda to share our contribution and our experience. So yes, this is a great opportunity that has been put together by Hubcast Media International. So, salute.
All right, so you did tell us what peace means to you and what you are doing at Masterpiece Uganda to bring the peace and, of course, provide opportunities in the peace building space. Maybe anything else you want to let us know. This is the global stage and this is the opportunity to tell us.
Yeah, maybe before you let me go, I would like to inform our viewers that in partnership with Hubcast Media International, this is just the beginning. We are putting together this platform to throw shine on impact organizations and individuals out there. We shall be doing this on a monthly basis, where we shall be having this kind of broadcast with the aim of helping organizations showcase what they are doing on ground and how they are creating impact.
Wow. Thank you so much, Enoch. That is the partnerships coordinator at Masterpiece Uganda. Of course, thanks to you, a lot of young people, people in the NGO space, youth and activists, change makers are going to be joining us right now to share the peace story of Uganda. And of course, just after this awesome guest, I do have another person joining me live in the studio. And our next guest is a man of, what can I call him? He's doing a lot of work. He is a dynamic Ugandan educator, a climate storyteller. This is awesome. And a youth leader who is becoming a global voice for climate justice and social change. A very young man, by the way. He's only 25. And you are going to be excited to meet him. He's also part of the Ugandan story of peace. All right. Let's get it. All right, so John, you are, for me, when I look at how much you do, you're an author, you're into climate change, you're working with young people, you're working with youth. You are so talented and so gifted. For me, you're proof that young people are not leaders of tomorrow, but change makers of today. Welcome to this global call, Unite4Peace. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. And Miss Jackie, thank you for that humbling introduction. And yes, I'm John Kamregia, and I wear many hats.
Yeah?
I'm an author, as she has already mentioned, an educator, climate storyteller, but above all, a youth advocate.
Yeah.
So early alone, I found fuel in storytelling and education has tools for climate action, social empowerment, and youth resilience.
All right. So I'm going to ask you, I see all these things you're doing are very important for the globe. But today, the most important thing is the peace element in all that you're doing. What does peace mean to you?
Peace. Peace is a state, okay, I want to say it's a complete state of physical, mental, and social well-being, and does not merely call for war, like it's not absence of war. And to add on more weight on my submission, I find it incredible to say that I want to use, there's an expression in Denmark called trade, which is about feeling safe, protected, and ease in the society. So I want to mention to you that there's nothing like social justice without environmental justice. As we speak, millions of children and youth globally don't dream about peace.
No.
They dream doom. Yeah, yes, they dream doom. So these are millions of young adults who are mentally too tired to be present.
Wow, such strong words.
Yeah.
All right, so that is what peace means to you.
Actually, to add on, yeah, because there's what I call real peace, real peace. So to me, real peace is not absence of war. Real peace is freedom from climate change.
This is indeed a Unite4Peace call. Peace Day. I am learning so much from the guests here we're having on the live, and this is John Kamlega, this young man. So you come again, you said freedom from climate change.
Yes.
And that is peace for you.
Yeah, because the opposite of peace isn't war. The opposite of peace is apprehensiveness and worry about climate change.
Amazing. So what is your work doing? You're doing a lot of things, but what can you point out briefly, because there's so much that you do that you feel is impacting the youth in your particular communities, maybe in the youth community, the children's space?
Thank you, Jackie. That's a nice question. Maya Angelou, she was a great poet.
Yeah.
So once she said that there is a greater, there's a greater agony in living with untold stories.
Oh, yes.
In her autobiography called, in 1969, she wrote an autobiography called I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. Have you ever read that one before?
I know the book, but I haven't read it. Now you're going to make me read the book. I will read. I see lots of quotes from the book. I will read the book.
Yeah, so many children and youth out there, they have a couple of stories to tell. Personally, I believe that change begins with one story, one conversation, and one idea.
Interesting.
So that brings me to my area of expertise, or to my initiative called Hiko Hope.
All right, let's see what Hiko Hope is doing to give us opportunities and keep the peace, build the peace in Uganda.
Yeah, at its heart, Hiko Hope turns climate anxiety into climate possibility. We use the power of storytelling to give voice to the fears and dreams of young people. We use climate education to empower them with knowledge and resilience. And lastly, we use climate action to make their hope, or to turn their hope into tangible change. That is through simple green actions, community initiatives, and possibly school outreaches.
Using storytelling, can you relieve me of climate change anxiety right now? Can you illustrate to the audience what that looks like? Because I'm curious.
You're curious.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's part of human nature.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an intrusive question. So to break it down, climate anxiety, or also known as eco anxiety. Remember I mentioned about apprehensiveness and worry about climate change. So this is chronic fear, worry, or stress about global crisis. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Possibly related to climate change issues.
Mm-hmm.
Though it's not medically
diagnosed,
mm-hmm. as a mental health disorder.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, it's widely regarded as persistent. These are persistent behavior in relation or in response to global crisis or climate-related disasters.
So how can you help me? In 1 minute, tell me something that will make me stop worrying about climate changes globally.
Wow. That's where
so I am one of those chronically worried people about climate change.
Yeah, that's where
climate changes.
That's where hope begins.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
so show me.
Yeah.
Say, maybe tell me a line that will make me calm down. I need to know how it works.
Actually, at the back of my mind when I was starting this initiative, I wanted to challenge the apocalyptic narratives that maybe that narratives that cause climate fatigue. What you are experiencing is called climate fatigue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you feel like you are too exhausted and helpless to act.
So, how do I get out of this fatigue?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, how do you get out? The other three pillars we have mentioned. One, it is through storytelling.
Tell me a story, a quick story. 2 seconds, less than a minute.
Wow.
Quick one. I'm imagining I'm not the only one who is feeling this anxiety.
Yeah.
And I would like to get off this call feeling the difference.
Yeah, actually, according to
from the climate change
psychiatric experts, at one time they mentioned that after an hurricane, there are more people psychologically healed than medically healed. So this is where I come in as a climate storyteller. Yeah. One, I want to bring it to your notes that numbers inform, but stories transform.
All right. Okay. I've pressed you so hard.
No. I'm coming to you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm coming to you.
Okay.
So, take this. Remember, we're having this conversation. So our conversation is in form of anecdotes and stories, not in graphics and statistics.
No.
Yeah, so I'm not mentioning to you that maybe so we have to live below 1.5 degrees Celsius as per the Paris Agreement.
Mm-hmm.
No, I want to bring to you stories that will really transform you. So how about, instead of telling that Uganda loses about 200 hectares of forest land each year, by telling you a story about my grandma, who walks twice the distance she used to walk 2 decades ago in search of firewood. Will that touch you more than mentioning to you that Uganda loses 200 hectares?
I'm already picturing this old lady looking for firewood to make a meal for her grandkids.
Yeah.
And she walks how far?
2 times the journey she had to make 2 decades back.
That's very relatable.
Because the forest is gone.
Africa.
Yeah, because the forest is gone.
Yes.
That's how stories work. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Finally, I got the story and I understood it, and it was quite emotional. I could picture this old lady, and I'm seeing her walk and trekking on this road looking for something to maybe make tea, make a meal for our grandkids. Thank you so much. You're doing such an amazing job. I'm actually also learning and unlearning on this call. Your interview, just like when I spoke to Enoch, and now you, I am feeling very enlightened. And just so that you know, we still have more stories. We do have the teen queens from Uganda, these young girls who are in high school right now, fundraised and brought money, and raised money to build a well for their community. When they moved to Lugazi, there was no water and kids were fetching water instead of going to school. That's one of those interesting stories. We'll also be talking to people from UCC, the regulator of communications in Uganda, Uganda Communications Commission team.
To us, peace is more than just the absence of conflict. It's dignity, opportunity, and hope. Peace means that every child can grow up healthy, safe, and with chance to dream. In our village of Chikambwe, we have seen what a lack of peace looks like. Children without books or spaces to learn, and families forced to fetch unsafe water shared with animals. Both situations cause pain. Young people missing out on their potential and families suffering from preventable diseases. We realized that peace would only come when we tackle these challenges together.
We as youth gather around the source of life. We are dreaming something new, love. Love is energy, food from our land and healing in our minds. It is honored, shared, and protected. It is dread that brings abundance and not extraction. Love is a community where no child is hungry and every gift is honored. We are the youths of Kenya, and we are not waiting. We are creating the world we want to live in now. Come, join the planetary party. Peace begins with us. Together, through art, story, and love, we rise. This is a vision seed showing the regenerative sovereignty is not a Western concept. It is happening here, now, through the youth of Kenya. Love is the center. Peace is the ripple. Togetherness, harmony with the earth, and self-determination are pathways to global peace.
Is the olive, where peace isn't preached, it is practiced. Where learning is loud but heart stays soft. Where robots speak, kindness and children raise children. This is our rhythm.
We plant, we clean.
Yes, my name is Justin Paluku. I'm a refugee in Uganda from Democratic Republic of Congo. Yes, so I've been in Uganda for more than 10 years as a refugee, helping other refugees to live in this country, to also face the challenges and see how they can bring solution to their own life. I personally am a computer trainer. I teach computer to other refugees here in Kampala, where I've been able to open a center. That's what I basically do. And I also lead many communities to create peace and to resolve problems using sport activities. Yes, I'll share a little about my experience again, myself, what I went through. Yes, fleeing my home country because of war, it wasn't something easy. And finding myself in Uganda, where I could not speak English or any Uganda local language, which was the biggest challenge I've ever faced in my life. Why am I saying this? Because, you know, in life, we have to communicate. You cannot live and stay quiet the rest of your life. In that way, you won't be able to live. And this is the situation which happened to me, where I needed support, but I couldn't be able to speak to people. So this was a very big challenge. You feel hungry, you look like some people are even throwing food, but you are not able to ask or to tell them that I need food. So the language was really something terrible for me. Now, so what helped me to survive in that situation was football. I used to play football in my country, and I just went to a beach in Sampia to play football, because football is like a common language. Even if you're quiet, you can use our legs to speak. You just kick the ball, the other person will kick it back. That's a already communication. So that was my way of surviving. I went to a pitch playing with all kind of people, Ugandans, Nigerian, and other people whom I didn't know even their origin. We just reached the pitch, we start playing. They are talking to each other, but for me, I was quiet. But my movement in the pitch, they know, okay, this one need the ball. They just pass me the ball, and so on. At the end of the training, they used to buy for us some cassava and some chapat. As I've been of the team, I get one. So that's how I start getting into the community through sport. And with time, I start connecting with these people, because there was one person who could speak my local language, Kiswahili. Then this person helped me to interact with people, and he even showed me where I could go to start learning English. Now, coming to my experience where I learned English, I was learning English in a church, that is a Congolese church, where I got someone from the football ground where we were playing who directed me to that church, saying that there is a Congolese church where they teach English, and that's where I went. I started connecting with other Congolese and started learning my English slowly. In my experience, first about conflict. So conflict is something which is part of our life. Conflict exists.